Hello, grade 5. How are you today? Our subject for today is mathematics. Let's get started. Our subject for today is about fraction in addition. My name is Tristan Abellanosa. You can call me Teacher Tan. Let's learn vocabulary. Repeat after me. Fraction. Fraction. F R A C T I O N. Fraction. Numerator. Numerator. N U M E R A T O R. Numerator. Denominator. Denominator. D E N O M I N A T O R. Denominator. Addition. Addition. A D D I T I O N. Addition. Equal. Equal. E Q U A L. Equal. Let's review our previous lesson. It is all about introduction to fraction. What is a fraction? When an object is divided into a number of equal parts, then each part is called a fraction. A fraction represents a part of a whole, or more generally, any number of equal parts. For example, we have here 3 watermelon. This watermelon is called one whole. When we say one whole, all of the watermelon. Next is, it is divided into 2 equal parts. So each part is called 1/2. This part is called 1/2. Next is divided into 4 equal parts. So each part is 1/4. This part of the watermelon is 1/4. How do we read this fraction? We can read as 2/3 or 2/3. Again, 2/3 or 2/3. Next is, we can read as 5/6 or 5/6. Again, 5/6 or 5/6. What are the parts of the fraction? Numerator. Numerator. Again, numerator. The top half of the fraction. The number of parts you have. Next is denominator. Denominator. The bottom half of the fraction. The number of parts in a whole. And lastly, the line that separates the numerator and the denominator is called fraction bar. fraction bar. Let's study denominator. What is denominator? The denominator says how many equal parts in the whole object. For example, we have here circle, and this circle is divided into two equal parts. So meaning we can write 2 as the denominator. How many equal parts are there in this shape? We have here a rectangle, and this rectangle is divided into 4 equal parts. So what is the denominator of this fraction? 4. The denominator of this fraction is 4. Let's find the denominator of this fraction. This circle is divided into 4 equal parts. What is the denominator of this fraction? 4. Next is triangular prism. Triangular prism is divided into 3 equal parts. So what is the denominator of this fraction? 3. Next is square. Square is divided into 2 equal parts. What is the denominator of this fraction? 2. Next is rectangle. Rectangle is divided into 8 equal parts. So what is the denominator of this fraction? 8. Draw what you think this fraction look like. We have here 1/6. How can you draw 1/6? I draw a circle, and I divided this circle into 6 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now I will shade the one part of the circle. We can say now it is 1/6. Now 1/3. How can you draw 1/3? I draw a triangular prism, and I divide it into 3 equal parts. 1, 2, 3. And I shade one part of the triangular prism. So now we can say it is 1/3. Now 1/4. 1/4. How can you draw 1/4? I draw a circle and I divide it into 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I will shade one part of the circle. We can say it is 1/4. Next is 1/10. 110. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This circle is divided into 10 equal parts. And now, I will shade one part of this circle. So now, I can say this is a 110. 110. So the number on the bottom of a fraction tell us denominator. Again, denominator. Let's study numerator. What is numerator? The numerator says how many parts in the fraction. I have here a square, and this square is divided into 2 equal parts. I colored the one part of this square, and now it is called 1/2. Again, 1/2. One part of this fraction is 1/2. How many equal parts are colored in this shape? I have here a rectangle, and this rectangle is divided into 4 equal parts. I colored 3 parts of this rectangle. Now, what is the numerator of this fraction? 3. So we can say 3/4. 3/4. Let's find the numerator for this fraction. I have here a square. This square is divided into 4 equal parts. I colored 3 parts of this square. So what is the numerator for this fraction? 3. Or we can say 3/4. Next is rectangle. This rectangle is divided into 3 equal parts. I colored 2 parts of this rectangle. So what is the numerator for this fraction? 2. Or we can say 2/3. Next is rectangle. The rectangle is divided into 8 equal parts. I colored 1 part of this rectangle. So what is the numerator for this fraction? 1. Or we can say 1/8. Next is rectangle. The rectangle is divided into 8 equal parts. I colored 5 parts of this rectangle. So what is the numerator for this fraction? 5. Or we can say 5/8. Draw what you think this fraction look like. 2/6 or 2/6. This square is divided into 6 equal parts. I colored 2 parts of this square. Next is 1/3 or 1/3. This circle is divided into 3 equal parts. And I colored 1 part of this circle. Next is 3/4 or 3/4. This triangle is divided into 4 equal parts. I colored 3 parts of this triangle. Next is 9, 10, or 9 over 10. This pentagon is divided into 10 equal parts. I colored 9 parts of this pentagon. So the number on the top of a fraction tell us numerator. Again, numerator. Okay, now, what do you call this number? It is numerator. Again, numerator. The numerator tell us how many parts in the fraction. How about this? What do you call this number? Denominator. Denominator. The denominator tell us how many equal parts in the whole object. Let's find the fraction of these shapes. 4 sixths, or 4 over 6. Second, 1 fourth, or 1 over 4. Next is 2 thirds, or 2 over 3. Next is 6 ninth, or 6 over 9. What are the types of fractions? There are 3 types of fractions. One is proper fractions. A proper fraction is a fraction whose value is less than 1. The numerator is smaller than denominator. Look at the example, 3/5 or 3 over 5. 3 is smaller than 5. So this 3/5 is a proper fraction. For example, 2/3, 3/6, 5/7, 16/40. Second kind of fraction is improper fraction. Improper fraction is a fraction whose value is greater than or equal to 1. The numerator is greater than or equal to denominator. Look at this, 9/5 or 9 over 5. 9 is bigger than 5. So meaning 9 over 5 is improper fraction. Another example, 16 over 8, 101 over 52, 5 over 3, 8 over 4, 12 over 2, 20 over 11, and 2 over 1. Another kind of fraction is a mixed number. Mixed number is a number whose value is greater than 1, made up of a whole part and a fraction, like this. 2 is a whole number and 1 over 7 is a fraction. We can say this as 2 and 1 over 7. Another example, 3 and 1/2. Next is 2 and 3/5. Next is 5 and 3/5. And last is 4 and 1/5. Let's discuss our new topic. it is all about addition in fraction with same denominator and addition in fraction with an equal denominator. Listen carefully.
Alright, in addition of fraction with the same denominator, we have to add only the numerator. It's simply like 5 plus 1, and then you have to copy the denominator. The answer is 5 plus 1 is 6 over 7. Okay? Next, for example, 4 over 8 plus 2 over 8 with same denominator. What you will do, you have to copy the denominator. Next is, you have to plus the numerator. 4 plus 2 is 6 over 8. Next is 9 over 13 plus 1 over 13. Same denominator. So what you will do? Copy only the denominator and then plus the numerator. 9 plus 1 is 10. So the answer is 10 over 13. Do you understand? Alright, so we are here in addition of fraction with different denominator. So this one is different in addition of fraction with same denominator. Because here, we have to find the denominator with same denominator. Okay? So, what you will do to get the same denominator, you have to get the LCM of the number. Okay? So, how do you get the LCM? Or what is LCM? LCM means least common multiple. Okay? So, meaning we will get the common number and we have to use the multiplication. Okay? For example, we have here 4 over 9 plus 1 over 3. Okay? So, we will use 9 and 3 as the denominator. Okay? And then now, I said, we will use the multiplication. Okay? To get the LCM. Okay? So, now, let's do this. 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. 9 times 3 is 27. 9 times 4 is 36. 9 times 5 is 45. So on and so forth. Until you get the least common multiple. Okay? So now, let's get the multiple of 3. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. And 3 times 15, 3 times 5 is 15. So on and so forth. Okay? Until you get the least common multiple. Alright? So now, we get the least common multiple and that is 9. Okay? Do you understand? So 9 is our least common multiple. Okay? So now, we can get 9 as the denominator and we have same denominator. Okay? So, let's do this. So, what do you think 3 can be 9? Okay? So, you have to multiply by 3. Okay? So, 3 times 3 is equivalent to 9. So, now, we have here 4 over 9 plus 1 over 9 is equals to 5 over 9. Is this correct? No. This one is not correct. Why? Because here, what you did in denominator, you have to do it in numerator also. Okay? So if you multiply the denominator in 3, you have to multiply the numerator in 3 also. Okay? So like this, 3 times 3 is 9, and 3 times 1 is 3. So the answer is 3 over 9. And now, we can add in 4 over 9. Okay? So, it will become like this. 4 over 9 plus 3 over 9. Okay? So, what will happen? You have to add only the numerator, 7, and copy the denominator, and which is 9. Okay? Do you understand? Okay. So, I have here 3 questions. Okay, so I want you to answer this. I will give you 5 minutes to answer. Okay, so let's answer question number 1. Okay, so we have here 1 over 6 plus 1 over 4. Okay, so what is your answer? It will become 5 over 12. Okay, so how it become 5 over 12? So, I said, we have to get the same denominator. So, we will get the same denominator by using the LCM. Okay? So, 6 and 4. Okay? So, what is the LCM of 6 and 4? 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 5 is 30. So on and so forth. How about 4? 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 4 is 16. And 4 times 5 is 20. So on and so forth. And now, as you can see, we get the same denominator. Okay? So, the common number is 12. Okay? So now, 1 over 6 plus 1 over 4. Okay? So what you did, how it become 12? Okay? You have to multiply by 2. And this one, how it become 12? You have to multiply by 3. Okay? 6 times 2 is 12. Okay? And this one is 4 times 3 is 12. Okay. Now, like I said, what you did in denominator, you have to make it in numerator. So 2 times 1 is 2. Okay? And this one is 3 times 1 is 3. So the answer is 2 plus 3 is 5. And you only have to copy the denominator. So the answer is 5 over 12. This is correct. Next, number is 5 over 6 plus 2 over 15. Okay? So the answer is 29 over 30. Okay? So how do you get 29 over 30? So again, we have to use the LCM. Okay? So we will use 6 and 15. We will get the multiple of 6 and 15. Okay? So now, 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 5 is 30. Okay? So on and so forth. Okay? 36, 42, a lot more. Next is 15. 15 times 1 is 15. 15 times 2 is 30. Oh, we have to stop. Why? Because we have the same number. Okay? Or which is the common number of 6 and 15. Okay? And that is 30. Okay? So now, how can you get 30 in 6? So you have to multiply by 5. How about 15? You have to multiply by 2. Okay? To get the 30. Okay? Now, let's do this. 5 over 6 plus 2 over 15. Okay? So what you will do, like I said, to get the multiple of 6, you have to get the LCM. And the LCM is 30. To get the 30, you have to multiply by 5. Okay? So 5 times 6 is 30. Okay? What you did in denominator, you have to do it in numerator. So it will become 5 times 5 is 25. Okay? So now, how do you get 30 in 15? So you have to multiply by 2. 15 times 2 is 30. And then, what you did in denominator, you have to do it in numerator. So 2 times 2 is 4. Now, the answer is 25 plus 4 is 29 over 30. So the answer is 29 over 30. Okay? That is correct. Okay. Lastly is 19 over 21 and plus 1 over 2. Okay? So what you will do, you have to find the LCM of the denominator, right? So now we will get the LCM of 21 and the LCM of 2. Okay? By doing this, we have to use the multiplication. So let's start in 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42. Okay? 21, 21, 42. We get the common multiple, and that is 42. Okay? So now, we can add this number. Okay? So 19 over 21 plus 1 half. Okay? So now, how will you get 42 in 21 and 42 in 2? So 21, you have to multiply by 2. Okay? You have to multiply by 2. And then now, 21 times 2 is 42. 19 times 2 is what? 38. Okay? Next is, how do you get 42 in 2? So you have to multiply by 21. Right? 2 times 21 is 42. So 21 times 1 is 21. Okay? Now, so what is the answer? You get the same denominator. So meaning, you have to add the numerator. 8 plus 1 is 9. 3 plus 2 is 5. So 59 over 42. And our fraction is in improper fraction. So you have to make it in mixed number. So what you will do is, you have to convert this in mixed number. So this one is 1 over 1 and 17 over 42. And the answer is this one. Okay? I hope you understand. Okay?
That is the end of our lesson for today. Let's do your worksheet. Write your answer on your notebook. Can you add this fraction and color in the diagrams? Look at the diagram and answer by adding the fraction. Find each sum and give your answer in simplest form. Next is, find each sum and give your answer in simplest form. Find each sum and show the working. Give your answer in the simplest form. Thank you for listening and see you in my next class.